Hello, caved-in tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Final Fantasy Renaissance solo Geomancer with me, BlueAnkylo. So, excuse me, can't talk. Yeah, we're leveled up a little bit, right? I think I was level 20-ish at the end of last episode. I definitely thought about going further along, but, you know, hopefully 25 is enough. One can hope. This is a pretty high level for Solo Earth for most jobs. I would say I very rarely go beyond this point normally. And hey, you can think of it this way. We're halfway to level 50, sort of. So that's great. But yeah, obviously no real way to upgrade our equipment. And we just get the spells we get. So we have what we have when we're standing in a place. And there's not really anything else to say, so let's get to it. My biggest concerns are, as always, stun dead packs. Wizards maybe, although maybe our magic scaling is high enough for some of those fights. I think cockatrices are pretty terrible. You know, just kind of the usual stuff, I suppose. That said, our general damage, I think we should test it out a little bit before we get to the bad floor. Ah, good. The most useful. Oh, good. Yeah, I love random waste of turns ×2. Stalactite, single target. So that's just that. In theory, that'll two-shot the Lich. Oh, good. 3 out of 4 complete garbage. Hey, there's a heal. Earth Blessing, it's okay. What is with the Earth Spikes? Oh man, that's Anyway, I just wanted to show those off before we get into the rough part, but not a great opener. The damage is okay, but the randomness is random. Random. Emphasis on dumb. Yeah, our run chance is still bad. I got those levels, it doesn't make much difference. Let me actually, hold on. Is there a place I can just see... sorry guys. I want to see weapons. I'm pretty sure there's nothing we can equip besides bells, but I haven't like thoroughly tested it. What's the shortcut for Geomancer here? It's like Geo probably. We can use the wooden staff, the power staff I could equip, but it's worse than the iron staff, which we can also equip. And then we can use all the bells except the final bell. And a buckler. That's it. Oh, yeah. I was right. There's nothing we can equip. Okay, good to know. I mean, that's what I expected, but, Oh, wait, the Earth Bell's in Earth 3? I had it wrong. We just never got anywhere close enough to where it is. In theory, then, you could try to make a dive to grab the bell. I thought it was on the 4th floor. I gave you bad information last episode because I didn't actually get anywhere near the room that we needed to get to, but yeah, I remember now. It's the top left of this floor, but it's still pretty far away. But anyway, the idea is like you could try to rush there and then leave, and that ogre just eventually got tired of us, just decided to leave. Anyway, yeah, that's an option, right? Like it's a bit shorter than making it to the vampire. I think we win against mummies. Maybe I can use this to recharge it too. It doesn't really matter, but... Alright, good enough. Yeah, mummies, probably not too deadly. These guys are no biggie. Maybe I could have... Well, it wouldn't have made much difference. I could have tried to get the Earth Bell out before the grind. The thing is, the grind was easy. Like, I just used Cave-In, or not Cave-In, whatever it's called. The, snare, the earth or the forest style yeah, forest geomancy earth magic that just insta kills low HP enemies or medium HP. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I forgot it was this. Man, we might not make it anyway. This should guaranteed kill if we get a turn though. Because it should. Okay. I don't know. I never really figured out how much of a enhancement bells give them. that seemed a lot stronger. This is another pretty bad encounter, but... Right, that's right, this is the... Now I remember why I didn't want to do that one. You have to run. I mean, I could have... Probably could have cast it a second time and it would have killed them, but... We did get lucky and ran. Okay, hey, we made it. It's possible we could have made it all the way to the vampire on the first try. But look, we're just going to triple dip. You've heard of double dip. Today we are triple dip. I think it's just worth saving the bell. Saved by the bell, maybe. Maybe that's the name of the video. I don't know. These guys... So many friggin' earth-resistant enemies, man. Making me angry. Yeah, of course they resist earth. They're actually weak to wind, which seems weird. But, I mean, I guess I'll take it. I mean, we are a very high level. I just didn't think we'd be able to win at a low level, so that's why we got a few extra. I think we were level 17 the last time we tried. I hate it when I step out of the Earth Cave and get immediately attacked, ambushed. Like, boy, is that old. Like, this is not the worst encounter to get, of course, but yeesh. I do have a lot of health. Oh, I forgot to restock my heal potions. Oops. Oh no, maybe I did. Did I just use them all on the first dungeon dive? I don't care about being poisoned. Let me go. It takes longer to go to the menu than reset. Anyway, we're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna stay positive. We're not gonna let the fun dead ruin our... The stun dead ruin our fun. The no fun dead. That's a lot of spiders. I wonder if it's better to just random and hope we get the AoE. There's one that will kill them all, and then if we use the, if we get the rare terrain magic, the other two could kill them all too. But... Or we could do nothing. Or nothing. Or we kill them all. 300 damage! It has scaled significantly. Let's just leave it at that. Our base damage... I wonder if this Earth Spell actually doubles it. It seems so much stronger than the last time I tested it. Like, I know my levels are going up. That obviously makes a small impact, but... Most of my AoEs have been in the, like, 150 range. And none of these guys are weak to Earth. Well... Oh? Whatever. Stun dead. Win again. This is why I wanted to save it with the bell. Because if we'd had to walk over the vampire, there was a real good chance that either the vampire themselves or the extra few encounters that would have resulted, we would have got that fight, lost it, and then we wouldn't have even got the bell out. So at least we have the bell going in, and... Hey, at the very least, that'll kill wizards, right? I have nothing to worry about one round, unless they kill me immediately. And we have a lot of health. At this point, the HP is getting pretty good. So, in theory, it's stun dead, cockatrice. That's about it that can cause problems right now. Is there anything else? Nah, not on this floor. Oh, good. Preemptive strike, though. Thank you. Actually, good. Yes, technically true. I was just scared by the bluebirds. Sure, can't run, but we can't fail, right? Yeah. That's like... Even the 122 on the low end was still almost double their HPs. I mean, do I just try? They do run away, but... Man, we got the worst turn order. Like, I think they all went before me. I don't know. Because it's buffed up so much, it might still kill them. They don't have a lot of HP, so... And, like, our chance to run. Yeah. If you can kill them in one action, you should probably try, because, your chance to run is not looking good. Alright, so far today, we've been stun-locked, stun-deadlocked, and stoned. Two losses so far, right? I think. First one was a successful bell heist. Now we try not to get tilted. I don't know. Embrace the earth. Although it is interesting that if you have a machinist, the ore you get from stuff like mummies are earth ore. So they actually give you an element that they don't resist. Because, like, corporeal undead all give you earth ore. It's kind of... Well, I don't know if it's weird, but it's... I guess they're tied to Earth Dungeon a little. Enough stuff here already resists Earth already. I could see it going either way. The trouble is when you have a class that can only do Earth damage, and then, like, how are you supposed to get through a dungeon with these guys? How is it supposed to contribute? Anyway, round 1, Vampire. I didn't check this. Do they resist Earth? Please no, please no, please no. Dang it! Why do vampires resist Earth? He's just sitting there on the ground, not doing anything. Well, at least we have the bell. Without the bell, this would have been worse. None of this... I mean, we could try to get him to kill himself, but... No, we're just going to do damage. Come on. 100? That's a good enough. He resists it, but we still strong. Alright. That felt alright. That felt good. That was preemptive, right? I forgot I had him in grinding mode. Oh no, I turned it to 7. Let's turn it down to 6. I don't want to miss those messages here. It's pretty important. In grind mode, always go fast, but... okay. Even resisted, it's almost enough to guarantee a win. Okay. It's still better than trying to run, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I want to recharge. This is one of the rare ones, by the way, so we're getting nuke times 50% damage. And we are recharged, so... Please, please give a turn. Give turn. Okay, okay. We only had to survive like 4 hits. So all that extra levels, by the way, got me to 73 magic defense. That's a only 27% chance per hit to be paralyzed. Except that some of those things have 3 hits per turn. So getting not paralyzed, still not easy. Maybe just run. These guys... I don't know. Is it worth getting a little bit of extra armor? I feel like my run chance is so bad, I can't risk dying here. We have died to gargoyles before, as dumb as it is. Please do something useful, Ang. Ang, come on. Come on. Come on. It's still pretty bad, yeah. It's fine. We got tons of armor. We got 20% more armor than normal or something. I guess I should just double Earth Embrace. That's fine. I really normally would not expect enemies resistant to Earth to be killed by an AoE. A middling power AoE, like a Fire 2 tier spell. However, clearly with the bell, it's significantly upgraded. I'm not sure how much, but let's just use house. Even shadows run away? I mean, we're pretty high. We're pretty strong. We're pretty high. I mean, yeah, something like that. I feel like of all the jobs, maybe a Geomancer would be extra good at that. Kind of one with nature, right? Crunch, crunch. Ruby done. Okay, well, that was only 2 wipes, so it could have been way worse. And the bell... Again, I wish these things were just explicit. There's a lot of mechanics in this game that are custom. They're not part of the vanilla NES, which has been mostly decompiled, and we know the exact numbers on everything. And now Renaissance has, added a bunch of new stuff, but can't really easily be decompiled, right? Because it's not an NES game, and there's probably not as many people trying to work at it. But people are, there's definitely some people trying to figure out some of the secret hidden mechanics. It's kind of weird that they're not just open about it. I don't know. I guess if it was my pet project, I might not be super excited to reveal all my secrets, but I don't know. They're making so many changes. Like, it would just be nice to know. I think I spend a lot of time during these videos talking about. We're gonna go buy more heal potions, by the way. But I spend a lot of time talking about, job balance, what I would maybe buff or debuff, or what I think is strong or weak. Just talking, just like theory crafting. It's a hobby, side project. It's good fun. But like, if you just had the real numbers, it'd be easier. If you're just guessing, then it's like, well, there's always a little level of uncertainty where maybe I just had a bad experience. I only used this spell 5 times, right? And maybe we just got bad luck and it never rolled good damage or something, right? You need a lot of data to kind of reverse engineer things. And there's a lot of biases that our brains do. It's very hard to avoid them. So I'm gonna remember the bad stuff generally, because it's like the times you game over and reset, and those have a bigger impact than, let's say you do something that does triple the damage of an enemy's HP, and you're like, well, that's pretty cool. But you don't remember that it was triple. It's just like, yeah, you killed them. And so the highs maybe don't stick quite as big because you don't notice them. They're not as impactful. A win is a win. Whereas when you do nothing, the skill or the ability underperforms, and you lose or you get stuck in a stun dead cycle, you have a lot more time to think about how bad that ability is than just blasting on through. I think it is hard to recognize good luck versus bad luck when you have a limited sample size, and I think even if you had the numbers, it would still be hard to get a great feel for it. But okay, so round 2. Wow, 3, I guess. Yeah, technically. Usually this is only round 2. But yeah, look at this run chance. See, this is why we can never trust running. Now, I think, in theory, we could pick up the Earth Glove. I think anyone can equip those gloves. Let me switch through my list here. There are things that just anyone, all can equip. Shield, armor. Is there any reason to go pick it up? It's on the 4th floor. I think it's in the top. I'm pretty sure it's the top. I don't think it's worth the extra encounter. It's 1 more absorb and -2 evade, and it gives you protection from Earth. Which is funny because that's all we can do damage for, but there's no enemies that have Earth spells. Now, if protection from Earth included stone, I would probably get it. Or paralyze. Or really anything that was going to happen in the near future. But, 1 more absorb for probably 2 or 3 or 4 extra battles that could easily be game overs. Probably not worth the time. We might one-shot the Lich. Ooh, 24 reflection damage. New record. On New Game Plus, maybe. But you're still just gonna die. It's actually, no. On New Game Plus, it doesn't even net you any benefit. Sure, you'll reflect, the enemies deal double damage or something like that, because of your armor and stuff. Probably more than double damage. But they also have double HP, so proportionally they take the same, except you have the same HP, so you're an even worse scenario by letting them hit you. So that's, yeah, even on New Game Plus, that Earth Spike effect is bad. And even though maybe you might think it's better because the numbers are higher, you're the one that suffers for it. The enemies don't care. You know, they take more, but they can take more. They can take more. I'm really glad this spell kills all the Geists. This is probably the worst type of encounter. Although they come in larger groups, of course. But... Alright. Very dramatic opening of the tablet there. I think I'm going to try to recharge some spells here on the wizard. One wizard we can maybe last a little bit. Great. I'm so glad we just get that every time now. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a bit on the way here, last couple episodes, but I really think if you're going to have random spell effects, there needs to be some sort of system to, like, skip the bad ones. Like, well, I mean, bad is subjective, but, like, I keep getting Mineral Shell. Mineral Shell is worthless. Like, it is so worthless. I would take any other ability besides that. And the fact that you get it, like, that's one of those biases. I'm noticing it more than the others. But, like, I don't want to do nothing with my turn, you know? If I'm going to do a random effect, I want it to be at least somewhat contribution. Like, I would take a little bit of heal or a single target or an AoE. Like, those are all fine. This might not one-shot him, but I think we try. We don't need the AoE spell against the Lich anyway. Yeah, not great damage. In terms of resistance. I mean, to be fair, we're still doing like 50, 60 damage. So 2 shots. And we managed to not get stunned, so, you know. Alright, alright. So that's a little bit of the magic defense kind of, you know, tipping luck in our favor a little bit. Yeah, I would like to have 4 stalactites just in case. What? Why? I swear it's literally biased towards the most useless random terrain. There's 6 possibilities. I believe the last 2 are the rare ones that have lower percent. You know, healing yourself is fine, but I don't know what to say. It's just... might as well be fully healed. Alright, well, we got 4 stalactites. The Lich could still kill us, but I think we've got a pretty good chance. And we made it here first try after the vampire. So, 300. Okay. 400. The second one would have one-shot him if we just rolled that first. So that's pretty darn strong. Now, hey, we are level 25. If we had made it at level 17, it would have been a lot more difficult, but I got tired of bad luck in the stungeon. So now today it looks easy. That's always the catch I have, is when I'm making these episodes. Should I grind more? It'll make it easier, but at what point is it too easy almost, right? Like, I don't want to have 0 challenge just to be like, hey guys, I spent 5 hours grinding off camera. It's all good now. That's not what I want. Okay. So, now we've got an Earth Bell. We're gonna go get our canoe. I think we have no real option. We have to go to Ordeals first. Because we need the gold bracelet, and we might need the Zeus's glove. I don't know about that. Access to lightning might still be required. Especially if we're in an ice dungeon where everything resists ice and we have no other options. Let's see how our AoE is doing. Just no non-buff. This is just... doesn't matter. Our turn order is so bad. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. We're probably averaging around 150 for AoEs right now. It would be really cool if the Earth Bell made Snare, like, better. Like, I mean, maybe I should try to test that on, like, a Tyro or something. To see if it's, actually doing more... like, it has a higher range. I really doubt it. But it would be pretty cool. Earth Bell seems to make maybe double damage. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. It's just hard to test because it's It's not a lot of times I can use earth damage, except in an earth dungeon where most of the enemies resist earth, as we've clearly gone over. Hey, look, it's a Peed. Get out of here. Give me that level up. Alright. Hey, we no longer can get one shot by nuke if we're fully healed. 150, 150, 140, and assumedly, probably, the chance to inflict statuses goes up as well when you level with Geomancer. Like, your intelligence, like, so there's two factors, of course. I know for sure that intelligence should be affecting magic damage and magic accuracy for statuses and stuff. So, there's always that aspect. But that doesn't account for the difference from, what, we started at like 8 to 10 damage, 5 to 10 damage at level 1 with that same spell, basically. Well, I tell you, 38 intelligence is not taking a 10 damage spell up to 150. That's not everything. So there's got to be some level, like, multiplication going on. Can't even just be additive, really. I mean, maybe. It would be in the range of, if you're going from 10 to 150, approximately, from 1 to 26, 25 levels, could be like, it's not, could be like +5 power per level? Probably less than that. I feel like we would have noticed that earlier. Maybe like +2 or 3 power per level makes sense. I guess 10 was the average. Like 150 is the average. It means the base power might be around 100 now. Maybe. You could kind of figure out the minimum by using it a lot and just seeing, you know, with enough testing, you can kind of get a range on your current damage. I get the feeling it started around like a base 6 or 7, and to be doing in the mid like 150s now, it must be somewhere around 80 to 100 base damage. Well, plus the intelligence, so like 80 plus your intelligence, maybe, kind of like that. And then this is a really good run. Wow. Ordeals is really easy when there's literally no encounters. Non-elemental, I think. Didn't even, well, killed one. You just can't really let these guys live. They do too much damage, and I could fail to run a couple times, and we'd have been in trouble. So yeah, if you're trying to go from around 10 or less at start, up to pushing 80 by level 25, 24 level ups, like, if you added 2 per level, it's probably not enough. 3 per level might be enough. 25 times 3 is 75. That's kind of around the range. Maybe, assuming it's linear. These fights aren't too bad. Maybe I could use this to recharge in case of emergency. Do I want the heal staff? I think the answer is I'm not going to worry about it. We're on a really good run on our first attempt. Let's not tempt fate. Get that armor up. That's a very helpful addition. This fight, if I get a turn, we're good. But it just depends on when I get put to sleep and when I get woken up. But that's a change in Renaissance, where you remember what you were trying to do, so if the enemy hits you, you still get to do what you want. Which is not how vanilla works. But I'm okay with that. See, there's lots of little, well, there's at least a few changes from vanilla that are kind of in the player's benefit. So, like, when we're talking about Renaissance and, like, the general difficulty, like, I know the dev, Osmo, has been like, I don't want to divert too far from the base game. I want to keep it mostly vanilla with extras. Except for the things they changed, you know. There are some things that got changed for quality of life or fun, or I don't know why, but like there are, it's not like there's no changes. It's just mostly vanilla, except for some stuff that isn't. And then there's all these new jobs that are generally very strong. You just gotta kill him, I guess. He can paralyze us. We can try to kill him. I feel like this should work. Yeah, easy. Okay. Hey, one-shot ordeals. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Earth and ordeals went down like a chump. Yeah. What next? I don't really want to do ice today. I already got luck. I feel like I've got a good stretch of luck beginning of this episode. Why don't we just go do volcano? I'm not sure how hard volcano will be, but at the very least, it's not ice. You know, that's the main thing. Anything's better than ice. I can't believe we ran through ordeals, basically ignored what we fought. We fought one man-cat encounter and one mummy encounter. Was that it? The forced encounter against the nightmare, but that's a trap tile. There's only 2 random encounters the whole run. Like, I mean, I guess there's a way to set that up. If you're doing like encounter manipulation, it's not even really like encounter table manipulations. It's just there's a part of the table where you've got a long run with no encounters. If you time it right, have a fight right before you enter, the right fight right before you enter, then you're gonna get those huge runs. Oh, that's right. Water. This is even worse. Everything you get here is water. I don't actually think hydras should resist water. Like, I know they're commonly found in the river system, but they're based off of, like, you know, a dragon. You can see the monster family there. They're not really water dragons. They're like swamp. They typically live in swamps in D&D lore. But, like, they're just multi-headed. They're not resistant to water. They're not sea creatures. I don't agree with that one. Just because they're in a river doesn't mean they have to resist water. I kind of understand for fish and stuff, but Caribs, sharks, Sahagins, you know, naturally, like, they swim. But I don't think hydras swim. They're just big dragons with lots of heads, you know. It's kind of the same thing with Ochus. They're not really water creatures. They're garbage creatures. But they resist water anyway, because, of course. Just means I can't really effectively fight them. Anyway, we made it. Don't worry about these 2 ogres. We'll just kill these guys. Hey, we can naturally just sweep them now that it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would say in general, the scaling on Geomancer spell damage is probably slow enough that it might... Oh, that's right, we don't take fire damage. That's fun. I forgot about that. Bonus feature. In one aspect, the fire dungeon and ice dungeon are a little easier. But it's not the factor that really matters. I do need to pick up the flame bell, which is... I forget where it is. I think it might be all the way in the bottom again. Let me double check. I don't want to walk by it. Flame bell, where are you? Bells, swords, knives, axes, hammers, nunchucks, staffs, spears, whips, bells. Flame bell, it's at the bottom, floor 5, yeah. Basically, you get it at the point where it doesn't matter. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I guess if we want to farm Agamas, we pick it up, but... I don't know if I want to farm Agamas today. They resist fire. We don't... I didn't really look at our magic, but... We have a single target fire and an AoE fire that doesn't do anything else. Resistance to fire with a bit of healing, and some damage up. Basically doesn't matter. There's also... I'll look them up, just because I'm here. Wish I could click and move at the same time. Sorry. What am I looking for? I'm looking for new magic. So there's 2 rare volcano magic that you may never see. I've probably never seen them. Because using random volcano magic in a volcano does usually do fire damage, right? Lava burst, single target, convection, AoE fire. So, same as the first two, except assumedly slightly stronger. I don't know. It's, unfortunately, there's really only, like, one Geomancy spell that's good in the volcano. Everything else is kind of trash. So I'm not sure how we're killing Carrie right now. That's up for debate. Red Giant? I mean, you're probably resistant to fire, right? Yeah. So how are we actually winning? Like, we have to win this fight. You can't run away. Roll. Like, maybe one more? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Never got a recharge. I'm so glad I just never get any attacking magic. Well, he was close. Yeah. So this is where the Geomancer might hit a wall. Fire and ice. And this is usually where I really start going, there's something wrong with the base Geomancer mechanics. In a normal party is around this part of the game. And sure, not taking fire damage on the fire tiles, it's a nice... No, we're dead. There's no way. It's absolutely unrunnable. Maybe you get them with burn, but they resist fire, so they're going to resist burn. No, there's absolutely no way, right? Like, maybe if I had the fire bell, we might be able to do enough damage. Like, if it is double, that's a significant upgrade, but... I don't know. I'm hoping for the rare one that just somehow kills them. Nah. Okay, that's two... There's very few unrunnables for random encounters in volcanoes. So that's pretty unlucky. But, you know, they exist. Good news is, as much as that was, like, the bottom of the dungeon, it's not like that took very long to get there. If I'm not doing the full loop, looting all the treasures... this is why I prefer Volcano to Ice, obviously. The number of encounters is much lower, and the general difficulty of encounters is lower by some margin. I mean, there are still Paralisks. But other than that, there's not too much insta-death. And honestly, most groups don't have a huge problem with Red Giants. I mean, a double Red Giant might be bad for most mages solo, because they do hit really hard. But, if we could just not run into those guys, I would be happy. Can you please let me go, Bulls? Wonder if they have, like, increased crit chance or something. Yeah, just the one. Just luck. Just bad luck. Alright, I'm pretty sure the bell is in this room. Yeah. Okay, well, at least this applies something in this dungeon. I'm gonna... We're so close to carry, but, like... There's almost no way, right? How are we actually gonna win this fight? Like, she's just gonna swing and murder us. I think we take this one item out, if we can get out. Science. How much stronger is it than last time? It's definitely stronger, but... I think we could probably reliably kill one. The double Red Giant, I mean, I kid you not, unless I'm just horrible at remembering, that I don't feel like that's a super common encounter. And I've done a volcano many times. The fact that we've had 2 unrunnable, basically instant game overs for the Geomancer in a dungeon that doesn't have very many of those. Kind of feels like the game's getting back at me for just flying through ordeals like it was too easy. Blue, you're supposed to get killed by sorcerers. And other baddies. Quit making this game look easy. Okay, we'll fight one bull. Lava burst. See, it does tons of damage. Against the couple enemies that aren't resistant to fire. If you could do that much damage to carry, you'd be fine. See, that was the advantage with the Lich. The Lich did not resist Earth. It is... You can run from fire giants, guys. We got highs, we got lows. I mean, I wouldn't bet my life on running from them, given our general run chance, but by the way, that you can. So you should have tried. You should have tried. Why didn't you tell me? Forged in fire. Honestly, 100 damage? That's how we kill carry. That's not gonna work. There's no way. This carry's got like, what, like 50 armor or something? Yeah, 50 absorb. Good luck. Do we have any crit rate at all? No. Basically the minimum. I don't know if anyone has 0 crit rate. Let's see if we can get out of here. We could try to fight an Agama just for science. I mean, they're not going to kill us. But I don't know how quick this will be. 96? Unfortunately, we're probably able to do a lot better grinding somewhere else, unfortunately. Convection. Hey, that's one of the rare ones. That's the AoE version, if you're wondering. I mean, clearly, we can win these fights, and we do get sort of infinite healing. It's just unfortunate that we can only do fire damage to the fire-resistant lizard, you know? So it's not terrible, but, you know, it's not great. $2,400. Should we get, like, 1 level up, just for fun? Then we can say we did an Agama grind. I suppose putting on resist fire will help a little bit. I mean, it's going to use heat every now and then. Sure. Yeah, the free healing, certainly, if you're not in a rush, this gives you lots of time to heal up, depending on the fight. It's not to say Geomancers have no value in here, because, you know, this is something. Okay, funny. I'll do a couple more fights, then we'll try to get out, I think. My goal is to, like, let them hit me for a little bit of damage, then put the heal and resistance on, then start damaging with trying to recharge. We are very reliant on our slots recharging, and that hasn't been working. I still think it's about a 1 in 4 chance to recharge. Without knowing the exact numbers. Something like that. Every time you use terrain. Yeah, not very good to attack. Anyway, hey, we gotta level up. So you could grind here. I don't think this is where I want to grind, though. Unless you could bring ice in and use it regularly, that's not what we want to do. Now, Grey Worms, are you fire resistant, fire retardant? Sure are. Great. Just great. And I think I say this fairly frequently during these solo runs, but I understand that the game is not actually designed or balanced for solo runs. That's not... Okay, we can't run from this one. I don't think that's enough. 135. We're just gonna have to hotspot it. Yeah, unrunnable. Maybe that's the one unrunnable. I don't know. I mean, hotspot's doing okay. This is with the bell equipped. You know, if you don't have the fire bell, then it's gonna take some number extra turns. But yeah, given that Renaissance isn't, you know, if it's balanced at all, it's balanced for having a 4-man team, you know. So I'm not like mad that the Geomancer specifically can't do anything solo. I just think even in a group, this is the same problem I had where I'm like, well, what is he supposed to do here? You know, yes, he can give you protection from fire, but so can a white mage. A fairly low-level white mage, even for that matter, you know? And a green mage, and a promoted fighter if you're playing New Game Plus. Probably some other people. So... yes, I have a problem. I don't know how we're going to kill Carrie. We might not be able to win that fight until promotion. And like with Sample, we could bring in magic from somewhere else. We don't have to kill them right now, but I don't actually think we have a chance right now. 28 absorb. We can put resist fire on, and her fire 2 will be fairly wasted. Dark doesn't matter. Eventually hold is kind of scary if we get paralyzed. She doesn't use magic super often, though. Mostly she's going to attack. And what did I say? I had 24 absorb? She does 40 to 80 times 6. So that's 12 to 52 times 6. 12 to 52 is 32 average, I think. Times 6. It's like 180 damage on average with no crits. We're dead in 3 hits. Maybe 2 if she rolls high. And we can't heal anywhere close to that. And we have no way of, with fire magic only, we have no way of like paralyzing her, slowing her, increasing our armor. We can increase our damage melee, but we cannot. There's no defensive. Like you can get resist fire, but this only heals like what was it, 80-ish HP right now. Even with a lot of leveling, that's not going to heal too much more. Maybe at like level 40 to 50 you could do it like this, but right now that's not looking good, guys. That's looking real bad. I still don't think solo Geomancer is going to be impossible, but that right there is a problem. So all in all, we went to Volcano, we got a level up and a fire bell. Not very effective. The difference is, technically, I can fight on the grass and boost Shining Flare now. It made no difference. It used to do 150 damage. Now it did 150 damage. Oh, there you go. 240. That's a little better. Did equip it, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's very situational where that'll ever be useful. Well... well... You guys want to take a look at ice? I have a feeling I'm going to be stuck grinding for a while. Crying. Not really grinding. I think some of the bells should be... well... see, if you let the bells be available earlier, then you can craft the Blessed Bell as soon as you get promoted. So I understand not wanting to give the Blessed Bell away until later in the game, because it's really good. However, there are so many different elements that not having access to wind, lightning, and water till the last couple dungeons seems like a... like, it seems like it's, like a little bit too late, you know? There's an awful lot of water encounters on the ocean and the rivers, and we have no water bell to even try to take advantage of it. Lightning is in the sea. It's in the grass, rarely. Not sure if there's any other, but again, at least on the sea, a Thunderbell, you know, maybe. I guess I really should. I didn't. We have a Zeus's glove, right? So I don't think that would have helped in the volcano. It's not going to make a difference against Carrie, but I think it's time to drop a little bit of armor. I actually didn't mean to drop it, but right, that one. We're gonna drop one absorb. I should have done that earlier. I kind of just forgot. When I'm doing these Renaissance runs, I'm trying not to use too much item magic, just because it's like a crutch kind of thing. Like it's the non-unique job way of handling things, you know. So I will use them if I need to, and I probably need it. So, ice. What's the difference? It's almost exactly the same, actually. Single target AoE silence that will probably, well, maybe this helps against mages and the eye. Maybe. Resist ice and heal, and damage in blizzard. Basically useless, good against a couple enemies. Ice element. Now, we also, of course, get a rare single target ice and a rare AoE ice. However, as you probably have gathered, most of these guys resist ice. Frost giants and frost wolves and frost dragons, of course. What else do we have to worry about in here? Well, mages don't resist it, so that's good. Maybe we can kill them with 170 M defense. What else is in here that's bad? Bones, of course they resist ice. Of course they do. Sorcerers, they don't resist ice, so sure, 187 magic defense. Maybe, once we have the ice spell, might be able to kill mages and sorcerers. They are two of the more annoying fights of a whole lot. All the spectral undead, wraith and images, they resist ice. Also, I believe the normal undead. So specters, ghouls, whatever they all are in here. Basically, all the undead resist ice. Everything with frost in its name resists ice, and the other two enemies that also kill you don't. And that's the summary. Everything is bad. Oh yeah, there's wizards. They also resist ice. So I think this is where we're like, yeah, you need to have a Zeus's glove. And it's not boosted by your intelligence. And even if I had a lightning bell, I don't think it would work, although that would be cool. Sure. I guess our regular attack does a little damage. It's not much. In theory, you could grind... No. 64 is 28. If you got 28 more levels, there's not enough levels. We don't get a third attack. Not with these. Oops. Our bones. Technically resist ice, so not really interested in this. But yeah, this feels like we're going to be doing a thief with no luck run here. Because our magic is not going to be very significant. So we're doing a run for our lives run through ice, which is not what you want to be doing. I feel like this is going to be one of those dungeons where Black Mage has a huge advantage over a Geomancer. I mean, yeah, we can mostly kill sorcerers. Assuming we get a turn, that fight, relatively easy. But then you got stuff like this that, unless I run, we're dead. I could try the Zeus's glove, but these things have a lot of HP. They're the strongest of the undead. That's gonna take like maybe two chances. Well, if it's 2 rounds, is that better than failing to run once? And it might just rarely kill one on the first turn. At least they only attack once, so stun chance is a little bit lower. I think this was better than running, although it's a bit sketchy. I mean, we did win. That's just because we didn't get stunned. I think it's very likely I'll be coming back with enough levels to have 100M defense. I mean, we have been stuck in ice with other classes where it was just no fun without a ton of M defense. But, you know, we'll see. Same idea, I guess. Could try to run, but at least images, they do go down a little easier. They don't hit as hard. It's an easier fight overall. And they only get one chance to paralyze, so, you know, not as likely. By the way, Ice Bell? Where is the Ice Bell? Not think it's gonna really help us much. Sorry. I closed my tab that had the bells. Bells, there they are. Ice Bell is in basement 2. Oh, it is this one, isn't it? It's just right here. Yeah. As soon as I like looked it up, I'm like, oh, I know where that is. So, I mean, I guess at least picking this up doesn't do us much good, but it... Maybe we try a whiteout against... Or whatever that is. Is it whiteout? Yeah, maybe we try that if we're in a really dangerous situation. I have a feeling the Zeus's Glove will be better. It's hard to say. This will kill the Geist if we get a turn. Or at least it could. I think it's got a good chance. We are so lucky we didn't get paralyzed, by the way. Well, you know, we killed one of the really bad ones. Not great. Good turn order? Wow. Wow. Yeah, 120 damage. It's a good thing that wasn't happening too often. Let's see if I can... Sure, recharge some spell uses. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Okay. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit better, but that may have been just really good luck. Now, this is the Frost Giant that's unrunnable. I knew it existed. I mean, what else can I do, right? We killed the dog. Frost doggy. I guess we check. 91. Not great. What about this? 108. That was a high roll. The max is 120. Ice Pillar might be a little better with the Ice Bell. Because it's single target. It probably has a pretty high base power, even though it's resisted. Whereas Zeus's Glove gets no intelligence boost, no Ice Bell boost. I don't suppose we could just equip some little dagger or something, right? No, I know we can't. So we could leave and save the Ice Bell. I feel like we've gotten lucky. We're going to keep going. I mean, this fight could kill me, technically. I don't think it's too likely, but... If we kill 0 wizards, we could be in a lot of trouble. Maybe I should have tried the AoE ice on these guys, too, because... That's not looking very good. Fine, let's just see how much damage this would have done. Stronger than, stronger, I think. Stronger than Lightning 2, I believe. So, clearly the Ice Bell boosts it a lot. I still think my old idea from the last couple episodes ago, that maybe equipping the Ice Bell makes enemies not resist ice from your Geomancer. Like, I think that would be a nice way to buff it. The extra damage is nice, but I would take a smaller damage buff, maybe even no damage buff, just to ignore resistances, if that was an option. So I think the eye doesn't resist ice, right? Maybe we just try to one-shot it. That is usually the play. I could try to silence it, but honestly, we don't want it to even get a turn. Yeah, 568. I had a feeling. Hey, we made it all the way to the floater on our first try? Good turn. Does it kill anything? Kills the most important to die things, technically. Ooh. Alright. This is spooky. How are we not getting paralyzed? There it is. Well, that was fun. It was fun while it lasted, guys. I shouldn't have said anything. I mean, our luck was phenomenal to get that far, honestly. It proves that there's always a chance, even at, you know, relatively low levels, you can technically get through just with some good luck. How much luck does that require? It depends on your level and your class. And so, oh, that was a preemptive strike. I messed that up. Turned it up to super speed and wasn't paying attention. We're gonna give this one more attempt today because that was pretty close. If we get a deep dive again, then I will not grind. If we don't get very far and get more likely one shot on the way down, then I might get a few more levels. But clearly we're about at the point where it's reasonable. Maybe. Maybe. Hey look, we insta-killed a Wraith. That's kind of what we needed last time when we died. Alright, alright. Zeus's Glove is one of the standard bailouts for this. I think for a lot of classes, solo, this dungeon's just impossible without the Zeus's Gloves. So, this isn't that surprising. It's unfortunate that, you know, ice damage doesn't work on ice dungeon enemies, but... yeah, I mean, you could try to run from all these fights, but I think it would be worse. Our run chance has not impressed me, so... maybe if you're playing a high luck character, you have better odds just running immediately, but... other than thieves. And the thing is, a solo thief in Renaissance, it's actually immune to paralyze, so it doesn't even really matter. I don't have the boost yet, so... this is a bad one. That's a real bad one. I mean, we recovered. Reset. I'm in shock of how rarely we are getting paralyzed. Like, I recognize that just could be very good luck, but our M defense is only like low 70s. It's not like we're... I have done this dungeon with more M defense. I guess 77. This is getting up there. But the number of attacks, like every time we're hit, that's a 23% chance to get paralyzed. And some of those guys attack 3 times. Like, there's no guarantee that you... like, I would say on average, every 4 hits should paralyze us. If we get hit like 20 times and avoid all of the 25% rolls out of 20 attacks, we are incredibly lucky. Okay, I hate this tile. This tile friggin' sucks, by the way. Well, there we go. Unfortunately, if there were 0 wraiths, these guys would do so little damage that we might have time to recover. But the wraiths are always going to do big damage. Okay, well, I will use this to... I think I'm still going to grind a few levels. I don't know if I'll do as much as I was originally thinking. You know, earlier in this episode, half an hour ago, I'm like, there's no way we're never making it through. After that, we did kill the eye, and... you know, we were just a couple, like, we had to survive the trap tile and then, like, 2 or 3 random encounters. And then we were mostly home free on the top floor. Like, you know, we were probably 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the dungeon. Killed the boss, technically, easily. I think it's definitely doable at level 27, but it still might end up taking 20 more tries, right? That might have been our best luck on the first run. And... given how many paralyzes we dodged, I think we were on the lucky side of that. So I think I'll come back at like level 30 or 32 until I get tired of grinding a little bit extra. But if we can get our M defense... yeah, I mean, getting to 85 to 90 should feel like we're pretty safe. I mean, it's not 100% safe, but I don't want it to be 100% safe. I've done that. I've grinded to over 100 M defense a couple times. And it obviously makes the Ice Cave fairly easy, but it's also almost feels like cheating. I don't know. And our grinding speed is going to slow down. Oh, that's... Okay, off camera, I will let you guys know. I'm going to try to test out the Earth Bell against enemies that have more than 300 HP. It probably won't work, but I'll let you guys know. Because I can go do the Peninsula Power if I want. I don't know if it's faster, but I'll let you guys know. And I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, folks. We could also grind up by Ordeals. I don't think I want to, but you could. Because there are high-level enemies up there. Let's just call it here for now. Next time, I'll have a few more levels, and next episode we can dedicate to Ice. And once we're done Ice, you know, as usual, we can fly and things will get easier. We'll still have to figure a way out to kill Carrie, but I think once we get promoted, that should be relatively easy. So, that's the plan. Get through Ice next time, and then have some fun with Sample. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day.